We're going to start with the fingertips because that's our connection to the ground. So many times when we're not used to working with our hands, when the hands make that contact with the ground, they remain soft and we push only into the wrist, which looks something like that, right? Soft hand. If you tried to balance on your feet with a soft foot, you'd be falling over really quickly. So we want to have a relationship with the ground. So the fingertips start to activate, right? Which will lift this part of the finger off of the ground, and that's fine. It's going to feel like gripping. Then the next thing that we want to do is plant the knuckles of the palm, right? Remember, there can be space underneath these fingers, but the palm, these knuckles, the origination point of the fingers is going to thrust into the ground. And then the heel of the hand, the whole part from the thumb down to the end, the sort of soft part, is going to push into the ground as well. Does that make sense? Okay, then, and this is a slightly confusing part, right? We're going to open the collarbone, engage the deltoids, and rotate the elbows forward 45 degrees, right? So that's not totally forward and not totally to each other. Does that make sense? Okay, that's a little bit of a confusing part, but hopefully we can get that with a little practice. So then we'll rotate the deltoids, engage the deltoids and rotate the elbows forward 45 degrees. That's going to keep the collarbone broadened. And then we'll tune into the sternum, right? And when the sternum is collapsed, you have this sensation like your head is really close to the ground, right? But when you lift the sternum up and you get the upper back rounded and broadened, you get this sense of having a lot of space. Can you see just what that difference makes, right? You have like extra inches and your arms suddenly feel like, wow, you're very long, okay? So for those of you who feel like you have short arms, you get the space somewhere else, right? And then in the rib cage, if you try to have the ribs open in the front, right, for strength postures, you're gonna move towards a back bend or an extension of the spine. So we're gonna squeeze the ribs together. That's gonna help activate the upper abdomen. And then we're going to draw in the lower stomach and tuck the tailbone. So that's going to give us that rounded spine position. Then we're going to come up onto our knees. Okay? Let's try to do that together. So let's go onto our hands and knees.